But what I wanted to do was kind of go over the edit functions of ProPresenter and how Bloom uses the edit functions of ProPresenter. We use it in two different ways. We use quick edit and then also the editor parameters, which is this right here. So let's go over quick edit very quickly because it is easy and very easy to catch on to. So if we click on this slide right here, everything's going to pop up. We control click on a Mac and we go to quick edit. This little box is going to pop up. Let's just say, you spelled deer wrong or something like that. Let's say it was supposed to be the Bambi deer or something like that. You could change that there, and then we could go ahead and X out of it and everything like that. Now, you can't change any sort of font or anything like that, but just a way to correct any sort of misspelling or anything like that. So if we delve in deeper to the editor function, let's go ahead and click on that right there. Now, as you can see, these are your basic Microsoft Office pages, functions, anything like that. You've got your fonts, you've got your style of fonts, you've got what color you want. You could do pink, red, anything like that. We could actually go into this color wheel. We could select any color we wanted. You can actually go and do grayscale. We could do, and these are the 11 Apple colors that kind of come with it. We could go into the crayon box like elementary school, and grab lavender or licorice or whatever the heck we wanted. And then we could actually also do web save colors. So if, in sort of code or anything like that, if you know anything about web development or any sort of web colors, there's that as well. We just usually use the crayon box, which is right there, and it's usually white. So that's the basics of coloring there. But this is your basic bold, italics, underline. You've got your size. You can change that there. If we just highlight, actually, I'm sorry if we are moving that there a little prematurely. If we highlight this right here, we could change the size to 68 instead of 86, and there you go, it changes. So if I hit Command Z, that will undo that. We could also do any sort of outlining. I could highlight this, and it would also change the outline of the text. So anyway, let's go back here. There we go. We could also change the text alignment if we wanted to. We could do centering. We could do it over on the side here. We could do it on this side here. It doesn't really matter. We talked about edit the text style. We click this little A button right here. This thing's going to pop right here, and you can see all our fonts. We can see our typeface, and we can see our size. And the only reason I bring this up is that sometimes when we're copying, let's say, Pastor Mike's notes in or something like that, and we go ahead and click, sometimes these underlines will be black. And sometimes we need to change the underline. Now to do that, we go into this little T button. As you can see, there's an underline right there. And we click on that, and then we hit color, and the color thing's going to pop up right here, our color crayon box, and then we can select white and change the actual underline. So if you wanted the underline to be pink or purple or blue or whatever the color we wanted, you could do that as well. And that's the reason I bring that up, because this is basically just this right here a little more in depth. So you've got the apply to all function I wanted to go over very quickly because sometimes it's really, really handy to, let's say we've got a heart like heaven right here. And let's go to, see this one here. Okay, this is already in a chalkboard. I don't know why this is in chalkboard, but this is in chalkboard. If we highlight this, and let's say we're going to use our Branding Grotesque black. Now this slide is changed, but the rest of these aren't changed. But if we hit apply to all, now that just didn't change the entire thing now from chalkboard to Branding Grotesque. And that is a fantastic way to edit lyric slides quickly or anything like that. So you've got this little A button is actually this window right here. We've got text properties. This little guy right here. You can adjust the opacity. You could fill color, line color. We could do line width. We could do some shadowing if we wanted to. We really don't mess with this very often. We've got, are we enabling everything, or we're enabling the backgrounds? What color do we want? Black. What's the slide label? This stage display is very interesting. So we have a thing called stage display, and there's a video on that if you want to go watch it on exactly what that is. But the way to get the text to stage display is just by copying and pasting it into the stage display window. Now, if you do copy and paste it, we hit Command C to copy. Make sure after you hit Command V or paste, make sure you click in this little white window here or it will not copy. As you can see, this is blinking down here at the bottom, but if we click out of this, this will automatically go to the top. So if we don't click on this, it actually won't show up. There's also, this is where we can add the chord chart for if we wanted to do some sort of stage display chord chart for the worship leader or anything like that. We could do that as well. So let's go back into our edit functions. We've got our size and everything like that. We usually use 1920 by 1080, and that is basically because our projector is 1080. We could select 720 if we wanted to. If we had a TV that wasn't 1080, and we do have a TV that is not 1080, we'll select 720 for something like that and everything. So there is that. And if we go ahead and I'm going to show you one more thing. We're going to go ahead and hit Control, and I'm going to kind of go through what these functions are whenever you actually hit Control click. So this is our quick edit. We talked about that. This is also a way to get to this editor here. We hit Edit Slide. This is very interesting. If you have a presentation where you don't need a slide, we have a free coffee slide for Bloom Church. Well, on Wednesday nights we don't have coffee, so I'll go into the presentation, hit Disable Slide, and now whatever slide was selected is disabled and it passes right over it. As you can see there, it skips it right over that. And then if we want to re-enable it, we just hit Control and hit Enable Slide, and it'll go back. So there's that. We've got our transitions button here. We could, if we wanted to, fade to black, flip, swap, all these sort of things that you see like in iMovie or something like that. We really don't do that. We just default. We just move it right over. And if we get changing slides, we wanted to make it look honestly cheesy from the 90s, we could. But the other thing is templates. We talk about templates in another video, so I won't go over that. We've got our go to the next timer. We've got add our cues. I also talked about that in a cue video. We've got add media cue there. We've got group labels. I actually have labels for each of these. You can see it says verse 1, pre-chorus, bridge, all that sort of thing. This is how we label our slides. We just hit group label. We want to change this to a tag. So anything that is selected there is going to change to a tag. Same thing there. So that is actually a chorus there. So, and this is the group color. We could go in and we could go in our color wheel, and there are a lot more colors than this. So, also the slide label, the slide color, cut, copy, paste, and delete. So those are the basic edit functions there for ProPresenter and the way that Bloom uses them. And so excited. We'll see you guys in the next video.